800 people that attended the rally on Saturday, and let's hope democracy is evident in truth tonight.
Council has been given advice by the legal officer and has chosen not to take that advice. And I would suggest that the seriousness of this issue right now means that we need to make a gesture, or it isn't a gesture, we need to act in such a way that we put the future of our hospital in the public limelight in such a way, you know, we can do what we want, and then, with the greatest respect, and I know it costs money, I'm sure our Tory colleagues will tell us how much money it's going to cost, but we can then face the consequences when we have to face those consequences legally. I know it's not what officers would want, and I accept that we're going against officers' recommendation. Can I just follow on the point, and I'll take the motion in 3 seconds. There is no argument whatsoever with staff of Maltese and Hartlepool Trust. In fact, far, far from it, there is nothing but complete admiration of the pressure that the staff of this trust are under, and I believe through bad management. At the last council meeting, a council opposite said that he was happy to stand shoulder to shoulder with the staff of this council. Right? Well, bearing in mind that very soon we're going to be asked to sign up to a, whatever it is, combined local authority based on a handful of people, I think 0.025 or something. 1,900 responded. The number of people in this town that have made it so clear what their wishes are and what they wish this council to do, if you can't understand that and grasp that issue, really, the time has come, a critical time, for us to stand shoulder to shoulder with the people of this town. We've done the right thing. We've had 2 votes of no confidence, which sadly failed to have registered with the people who should be listening to us. Therefore, I would suggest that we can't just stand by and watch our hospital service has been destroyed in the way that has. Can I just make one point? I'm standing up here now. I'll make it public tonight. I will not be standing for council again for a whole load of reasons. So I'm not standing up here tonight looking for votes. I've been a supporter and an activist within Save Our Hospital since it was started by John Bloom and others in 2003.
Vice Chairman, brother.
Active. Politics is because I'm sick of the futility of it, or the petty-minded vindictiveness of some people within the chamber. However, the issue that really matters more than anything else that this town has for the last 10 years is our hospital services. So I would suggest that if anybody in this chamber doubts public opinion, they need to get out more.
Yeah.
I would hope, with the greatest respect to members of the trust that are here tonight, we can immediately refuse the recommendations of 313 and move straight to the motion of non-cooperation. Just one final point for clarity. It's been mentioned about A&E, and certainly when A&E was closed in I was interviewed by something I'm allowed to say because it's quite public. I was interviewed by a solicitor that had been all the way from London and had an overnight stay to interview me for being so audacious as to donate money to a leaflet that informed the people of Hartlepool what was happening to their services. Not that it bothered me, man.
Can you talk to the chamber rather than to the public audience?
It bothered me, comrades. It didn't bother me at all because I've always had the guts to stand by my convictions, not a party's convictions. That's why I left a party, because I had the guts to stand up and be counted. And I wish others would just grasp that concept. When Aileen was left Hartlepool, you, Councillor Stephen Nathan Foucher, were chair of the Health Scrutiny Forum. With the greatest respect, and it's very, very clear, and it's well documented, you and others collaborated with North Tees and Hartlepool Trust for the closure of A&E services within this town. That, Mr. Chairman, is a reality. I move that, well, second motion, whatever it is.
If I be so bold, councillors on matters of legality in relation to the matter in front of you at the moment do need to take very close heed to the advice that the Legal Services Manager has given you. The motion to withdraw all cooperation would, if followed through, place officers of this council in breach of their legal duty. It is not an appropriate decision, in my view, for this council to make to put the officers that are employed by this council in breach of their statutory and legal duties in respect of a whole host of services, not least of which are those not least of which are those which relate to safeguarding, adult protection, child protection. Members in this chamber need to pay very close heed to the advice which Alison has given and should not be placing the officers of this council in a position where they are essentially required to either not conform with the wishes of council or to break the law.
I will close this meeting down if there is no order. Continue, Councillor.
One explanation, Chair. It's already been mentioned twice by Councillor Thompson and Councillor Liddy that this chamber has already voted on two prior occasions for support for confidence. Both myself and my two colleagues from the Conservative group joined in that vote, and we hope that we sent a clear signal. Clearly, we didn't. They didn't take a blind bit of notice, and they continued to do what they wanted to do. However, a motion that's been put forward tonight, which will put our officers at risk and may put contracts and therefore members of the NHS staff at risk, and the vulnerable in our society, certainly won't bring matters to any better for the people of Hartlepool. And it's for that reason, Chair, that I think we should be listening to what we've been offered by our legal advisors. We're constantly told in other forums that we've got fantastic officers and we should listen to them. I suggest that those members heed their own advice.
Councillor Simmons.
Before I begin, I've lived in this town for 50 years. I raised my family here. Two of my daughters live here. About 2/3, about 6 or more of my grandchildren live here. And my great-grandchild, who was recently born, lives here. I'm passionate about the fact that we should have a hospital in Hartlepool. But I am not prepared, because I have the political responsibility for the safety and safeguarding of children and young people in this town. I am not prepared to sign up to a motion that is A, illegal, and B, will be asking our staff to perform illegal acts. and it'll also be putting vulnerable young people of our town at considerable risk. We can't do it. I feel as angry.
Order, please.
I feel as angry as anybody else in this chamber about where we are with the hospital, with the number of things that we've done, with the promises that were made not only by the Conservative government, but also the coalition government, but also our last government. I feel disappointed, let down by the fact that what we have been promised hasn't materialised. And let's be frank, it's unlikely to materialise in the near future. But I will not put at risk any vulnerable person in this town. That includes all of our children, the children we have in care, and the children that are in our schools and in our homes. It's just simply not on. We must find another way.
Please, I will not say it again. This is my final warning about noise from the public gallery. The next interruption, I'm closing this meeting down. So please be aware of that warning. Councillor James, continue.
Thank you, Mr. I was hoping that we wouldn't actually get to this point, and I am aware of everything that other people have said and the wishes of the people who accept the last. I share those wishes. I have family. I have an elderly mother-in-law that it will be 97 in June. Right? And they need and I need for them a half-a-world hospital that delivers from cradle to grave services. That's what we were all promised. That is the social contract. I think that there isn't anybody in this room that doesn't agree with that. But that's not what we've been asked to deal with. The motion called upon the council to withdraw all cooperation between HBC and the North East and Hartlepool Health Trust. So I want to explain what that actually means in practice, because I believe it would be like Mr. Atkins' contribution. But I'm not a solicitor, so I want to explain it in a way that I understand, in a way that I see it as a practice, so that hopefully others can understand. I want to give you two scenarios of what could be happening at this moment in time, and what the outcome of this resolution could be. At this precise moment, there is a Hartlepool child being examined in North East A&E. The doctor examining him suspects that the child has, or may have been in the past, abused or neglected. Are we seriously saying that a Hartlepool social worker should not go and assist that child and make sure that child is safe? That's what the word all means, right? Every council on this council has a moral and legal duty to ensure that that child is safe. We are all corporate parents, and that child is our child.
Right, that's it. I'm going to close this meeting.
Shame on you! Sit down! Sit down! Sit down!
Sit back down.
Corruption!
Spineless. You're the spineless. Time is finished in this town. Get another job.
Quiet. Thank you. The meeting has been adjourned for 5 minutes. So,
Look at your own way, so that's the easy way. Finish the meeting.
if you care to listen, the meeting,
Do the right thing, Mary!
the meeting has been adjourned for 5 minutes. So that hopefully order can be re-established, at which point the meeting will continue. Should order be re-established.